Katt Williams has revealed something truly shocking about Hollywood and how Diddy seemingly not only mistreats his children, but also how it seems like he is forcing a girl to pose as his adopted daughter. This is truly sickening.
You guys remember Ava Baroni Combs, the video that we shared and talked about together?
Ava Baroni Combs, yes, it was breaking news. Diddy adopted a white child.
I was on the streets, and then Papa Combs.
I did some digging around and found some old photos that go back many years. She was with him when she was very, very young, so she is in fact his adopted daughter. Some are saying this woman in the background here is her mother, but nothing is confirmed. You can see she's been with him in interviews, hanging out with Diddy's daughters. She was seen everywhere with Diddy's daughter. Here's another one. And I mean, they go way back. And here's a few more. So it shows that, yes, indeed, they spent time together and they grew up together. This is, in fact, their sister and Diddy's adopted daughter. However, I found a video that is so suspect. I want you guys to check it out and tell me what you think.
This is my life.
I have a lot of cars now.
This is because I am a great father, but I'm sleeping with the girl. Tell me, who do y'all have a crush on? Tell daddy the truth.
I don't know about you guys, but that video and the way Diddy's acting raises so many questions. So many are asking, where's Ava Baroni Combs now? This is the most recent photo I found. There's another one I'm going to show you, which is this one right here. But sisters and Diddy are nowhere to be found. She's all alone. So what do you guys think happened?
In the clip, Diddy is seen sitting beside a teenage girl who introduces herself in a soft voice. "My name's Ava. I'm a Scorpio," she says. When Diddy asks her full name, she replies, "Ava Combs." Then, after a moment, she corrects herself, "Ava Baroni." At this point, Diddy suspiciously mentions that he has permission from Ava's mother. What could that possibly mean? At one point, he even leans over and kisses the young girl on the cheek as she calls him Papa Combs. Ava then also awkwardly explains how she met his twin daughters, Delilah and Jessie, when she was very young.
My name's Ava. I'm a Scorpio.
No. What's your last name?
Oh, Ava Combs.
What's your other last name?
Ava Baroni.
Ava Baroni Combs. Yes, it was breaking news. Diddy adopted a white child. I want you to tell them the story about how I adopted you. But you still have beautiful parents that, but you're my child also. But please tell the story.
So, I was on the streets, and then Papa Combs decided that he would like to be a caring man. So then he saw me and decided to pick me up and said to come inside and play with his kids.
Ava, that's like a little bit like borderline suspect. I don't want nobody, we want to get it clear. I adopted you like Madonna adopted kids and everybody else adopted kids, Charlize Theron, everybody that's ever adopted Sandra Bullock. I adopted you because I felt that you could, enjoy also having a black parent to take care of you and help you out. So just clarify it, because it's crazy out here online. So I played with the kids, and I got permission from your mother, and say all of that. Just make it, because it's crazy out here.
Well, I met Jessie and Delilah when I was 6 months old.
6 months.
And then we basically are sisters, all four of us. So.
6 months is crazy.
I always come over.
Yes. And it's Ava Baroni Combs. Come on. Let's go.
On Instagram, a fan page had shared photos of Ava hanging out with the Combs twins, calling her their best friend. But after the video started spreading online, TMZ stepped in to clear things up. According to them, Diddy never legally adopted Ava Baroni, and the whole thing was actually part of a skit. But then, you have to ask the question, why did the girl seem so uncomfortable? Was she scared? And why would anyone make a skit like this? Is it possible that Diddy made this video to mock Ava's real parents? It's not beyond the realms of possibility, especially if we connect the dots to what Jaguar Wright revealed about this adoption.
Has anyone seen Ava Baroni? The little white girl that Diddy adopted. Where'd he get her from? Was she the pick of the litter? Those poor babies. You know, people should go back and do a little research in the 90s, especially in the late 90s and early 2000s. The diddler used to throw white parties in Bangkok and Dubai and in Morocco, where child prostitution is legal. He's been snatching up little kids for decades. I also heard that he was banished from certain hot spots where child prostitution is legal for his abuse. Hey, thanks for Flavor Camp, huh? I hate when people choose not to believe me.
And this is where things get even more troubling for Ava. Because if court filings are anything to go by, even Diddy's own children seem to have picked up some of his worst habits. And we certainly can't say that Ava is safe from harm. Back in June, as closing arguments were wrapping up in Diddy's federal trial on charges of racketeering and human trafficking, both Diddy and his son Justin were hit with a new lawsuit that accused them of an assault that allegedly took place in 2017. According to documents filed in a Los Angeles court, a woman claims that Justin Combs used his father's fame to lure her from Louisiana to Los Angeles, promising her career opportunities and industry connections. Once she arrived, she says she was held against her will for a weekend and assaulted by multiple men, including Diddy and Justin. Now, the interesting thing here is that allegedly, Justin isn't even Diddy's real son. Apparently, he's not the father, and Justin is actually his best friend Wolf's child. Here is Gene Deal talking about it at great length a couple of years ago.
Do you think that Diddy is actually Justin's father?
I wasn't there. You know, but I make indie windows like, damn, how your son look like your best friend? If he like it, I love it.
And listen, and it don't matter now, you know, everybody grown, but it's just like, when I look at Justin, and I look at Christian, and I look at Chance and Delilah and Jesse James, I'm like, he's the oddball. And I know they got different moms, so I get it.
Right.
But I'm like, I don't know about that one.
You don't see Diddy in him.
At all. Not even his build.
Uh-huh.
Or his height, nothing. Like,
it's people that said that he looked like Wolf, but I wasn't there.
Okay. And by Wolf, you mean Anthony Wolf Jones?
Yeah, Anthony Wolf Jones.
Yes.
And I wouldn't say that, you know, Misha says Diddy says his. They happy? I'm ecstatic.
Okay. You were even the Manny for Quincy and Christian and Quincy, right?
Huh?
The Manny, the male nanny or something.
No, I don't know what you talking about. Nanny, Manny.
You were secure though, but something. But you basically kind of like.
No, we don't do that Manny shit.
Okay.
Yeah, what I was then when we go out, you know, I took. Christian was a baby. You know what I'm saying? When I was around them, Christian was 1 year old and all like that, newborn 1 year old. But badass Quincy and Quincy was bad.
Okay.
Yeah, and Justin, you know, Misha would tear his ass up, so he wouldn't try, because all I had to do is say, yo, Misha, Justin is acting up. And she was like, yo, put him on the phone or say something. Misha wasn't playing that.
Okay.
But Justin got away with, Quincy get away with murder, because Kim was overcompensating for him. You see in the book.
So if Justin is actually Wolf Jones's son, what happened to Wolf in the first place? Why would he not be around to raise his own son? Well, this here is exactly where it gets interesting, folks, because Wolf was tragically killed in a shootout, and Gene Deal believes Diddy may have had a hand in it.
He the one who opened the doors to Bad Boy and BMF down at Atlanta. That all came from Wolf. So I guess he wanted to move on and he needed his money, I guess, that he put up, or, you know, Wolf said it was 300,000. You know, I heard from a couple other people, it was probably a little bit more than that. But Wolf, I heard him say in the office, I had 300,000, man, when I first started messing with you, bro. I had 300,000. You understand? And I just want my money. I'm gonna stop, and then Puff said, yo, I'm gonna get your money. I'm gonna get your money. When I do this Universal, I think a Universal deal or something like that, he said, I'm gonna get your money.
And so the same people that Puffy was leaving Wolf for, and the same people that Puffy told Wolf he was leaving him for, is the same people that ended up in Wolf. That's wild, man.
Well, you know, he told Wolf he didn't need Wolf no more. He said, I don't need you no more. And he said Meech told him, you know, that he didn't need Wolf no more. And he told Wolf that. And Wolf, it was like putting a battery in Wolf back, because Wolf did say this in the office. He said, nigga, them niggas ain't tough as you think they are. He ain't tough. Meech ain't like that. He ain't tough as you think. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you. So I think it was a battery put in Wolf back, but then in the instance when you are mad and upset, you ain't got your money, and then this chick is acting up or going crazy over here. One thing led to another.
Anthony Wolf Jones was family, a trusted bodyguard and friend who had stood by Diddy since the early days of Bad Boy Records, through the chaos, the fame, and the constant danger that came with both. Wolf had been there through everything, even the 1999 Manhattan nightclub shooting that nearly ended Diddy's career. But the story took a dark turn in 2003. On November 11th, Wolf and his friend Lamont Gertie were both killed in Atlanta, outside Club Chaos. It started as a night out, just another gathering in the fast life of the early 2000s, but ended in tragedy. Witnesses said an argument broke out over a woman, one of those small sparks that somehow always lit up into something bigger in that world. Moments later, gunfire tore through the parking lot.
Puff was putting a battery in Wolf back, talking about, I don't need you no more. When I do this Universal deal, I'm gonna give you $300,000 and leave you the f alone. Wolf said, you could never leave me alone. You understand? He said, but them guys ain't tough like you think they are. So he putting a battery in this kid's back. You know, I'm listening to all this right there, but Wolf don't care. He said, yo, them ain't like that, I'm telling you. He ain't like that. You understand? Puff was talking about, I don't need you no more. I don't need you no more. You understand? I'm good. So whatever happened to them in Atlanta, happened to them in Atlanta. Wolf decide to, when they come outside, he shoots at Meech them, which caught Meech in his buttocks. If you get caught in the buttocks, you're going in the opposite direction. So you didn't want it. Meech ain't want to do nothing to him, because Meech had enough people and he had enough crew outside that he could handle that stuff. But the dude who got close to Wolf was the dude who him that he put down with BMF. It was this dude from Brooklyn that he put down because he needed some money. He was a shooter. Yo, Meech, look out for my man. Put him on your payroll. You need somebody to do work for you, just like that. Whoop they whoop. He did that.
Police found multiple weapons on the scene, and soon the streets began whispering that the shooting wasn't just about a club argument. It was connected to the Black Mafia family, or BMF, one of the most powerful and feared organizations in the country at that time. According to people close to the situation, the tension between Wolf and members of BMF had been building for a while. Gene claimed he saw it coming. He said the energy had shifted long before the first shot was ever fired.
He goes to him. Yo, Puff, blase, whoop-de-whoop. I gotta have this, or these guys it's gonna be a problem in the street. Here go this. You can use this until I can give it back to him. This nigga said, what? I can't do that. Understandable, whatever the situation was. My man died the day after my birthday. Turns around, tell Wolf, I'm gonna give you your $300,000. Wolf is the one who brought me back into Bad Boy, or brought me back into Bad Boy, because I was there before Wolf himself. Wolf's mother let me hear something that the what they call it, the drug enforcement, the prosecutor from Atlanta, that Puff told Meech, go ahead and do what you gotta do, when him and Wolf and them was beefing outside. I heard Wolf say out of his mouth, I'ma show you them niggas ain't that. I knew he was building up the atmosphere between Meech and Wolf to go at it. Do you hear me? Wolf get killed by some kids from BMF. Actually, the dude that he put down with BMF. This nigga brags about cussing Wolf's mother out. And I'm gonna call his name out. He bragged to his cousin, Ak. So you niggas in New York, if y'all don't believe what I'm saying, ask Ak. If Wolf was alive, the way he loved his mother, we wouldn't be talking about Diddy today.
After Wolf's death, things didn't sit right. Rumors spread that Diddy hadn't handled the situation with the respect Wolf deserved. Gene couldn't stomach it. The way loyalty seemed to be one-sided.
I say this dude, even after all that, I still say this nigga from a situation he had in North Carolina. So, I don't care, bro. But I will not let this name go down as if he was this greatest thing that ever happened to hip hop. When the dudes that loved him the most and showed them love by protecting him, giving him that bad boy logo, and niggas being, yo, bruh, the same game. When that nigga caught that situation in the city college, couldn't pay his rent, couldn't pay his car note. D was getting money up from nigga to get to this nigga. What did he ever do for the same game? But shout out, that's my crew, same game.
He said the same man who helped build Bad Boy's image, who stood guard while Diddy rose to fame, was suddenly treated like a forgotten name once he was gone. Behind the fame and flashy lifestyle, there were real people. Men who'd taken bullets, gone to jail, and lost everything protecting that empire. Gene wasn't speaking from envy, he was speaking from guilt. He said all he ever wanted from Diddy wasn't money or fame, just acknowledgement. A simple apology for the lives that got caught in the crossfire.
If I gotta take all the bullshit now, and people gotta say all this, yo, Gene Deal don't get a life. What was you doing? What was you doing, bruh? What was you doing before YouTube? I taught high school. I was a high school substitute teacher. I was an investigator for child abuse. I worked for the Department of Juvenile Justice. I was a parole officer for 27 years. I worked for Elite Investigation for 10 years. I worked for Sue's Rendezvous for 10 years. What was my doing before YouTube? Get a life? Always had a life. Always had a good life because I got up. I was willing to shovel shit for a living. My satisfaction, all I ever wanted that to do before I even started this shit, I talked to Chaz, told Chaz, talked to Zip, told Zip, talked to Slick. I even talked to D-Rock at. Let me and this dude sit down. We need to have a conversation about this whole shit, bro. All I wanted was this to apologize. And he never did. They made billions off him, gave him millions. Now, his dollar ain't gonna make a cent.
So far, we have Diddy adopting a random white girl off the streets out of the goodness of his heart, who has since been alleged by the internet to have been mistreated. And we have also had Justin's real dad seemingly murdered by his fake dad. In addition to this, Danny Boy also once claimed quite some time ago that he often saw Justin's mother with Suge Knight of all people when babysitting him.
Suge Knight and Misa, how many times was you around them when they was hanging out?
About 4 or 5 times.
So tell me some other stories, man, about Suge Knight hanging out with Misa. Because at this time, I mean...
It just felt like they was dating. Felt like they was dating all the time.
Was she doing it behind Puffy back?
Yeah, for sure, man. Whatever her first son was, like, he would be at the studio with me.
Justin,
I remember Justin being in the hotel with me. With me. Like, us just chilling while they chilling. And he was a little bitty boy. She's buying him shit. She bought him this red jacket that says 662 on it. I remember that leather jacket.
So here's the thing, man, with Bad Boy. Because you got all these females that was on Bad Boy or they was affiliated with Bad Boy. And me hearing all these stories from you, Jaguar Wright, all these people that tells these stories, it seems like it's a pattern, right? You got Faith Evans. She was going through it with Biggie, so she was coming to LA and she was messing around with Tupac. Misa, I'm assuming that she probably most likely wasn't saying eye to eye with Puffy, so she was messing around with Suge Knight. She would come to LA and mess around with Suge Knight. And Mary J. Blige, she wasn't on Bad Boy, but she was heavily affiliated with her. And you was messing with her, and Tupac was messing with her.
Yeah.
So I want to get your opinion on that, man. Like, what was the deal with them females on Bad Boy, man? Like,
Shit, what's the deal with all of them? It shit changed. We just focusing it on it being now. Most females is in the industry that's all they mess with is industry niggas.
But they messing with y'all, and it was well known that it was friction between Death Row and Bad Boy.
It's most of it the same shit. It's just Death Row and Bad Boy was the biggest at it.
That's like trifling.
I mean, it is. But it's look how many of these trifling people making babies with, you know. I mean, ain't that, don't one of them dudes got a baby with Bow Wow mama, baby mama, like.
Right.
Like this is what they do.
You starting to see a pattern in how Diddy treats his children? And apparently, this inconsideration doesn't stop at his children. He has always been known to neglect and mistreat his partners and close associates. One of his ex-bodyguards, Big Homie CC, actually recently revealed the depth of Diddy's depravity, much of which includes death threats and satanic rituals.
And he plays with dark magic. These are facts. And you always see these people who have these meteoric rises. Nobody's giving them, nobody's backing them. They just like they did it from the ground up. And the trade-off with that is you have to perpetuate darkness. Look at how many people he affected negatively. That was his trade-off to gain what he had. His former bodyguard, Gene Deal, said he seen him doing a ritual where they killed a dove. What is that? And I feel like it's being overlooked because they see him doing the dance moves with the baggy clothes. You know, some of the ladies in his videos were transsexual ladies. You gotta really look at what's going on. I've been around him a couple of times. Don't like the guy. And I know a lot of other people who he's done weird things too. And there are several men who have reached out to me telling me that they got their cakes took, basically. They got diddled. I can show you that. Matter of fact, I'll show you this right now. So when you getting all of these calls about somebody, you're gonna grow some disdain for them. Watch this. I got all the receipts because you know how many dudes hit me up, young men, showed up to his studios to get a job, and he convinces them to do something crazy and then don't give them a job? It's not cool. There we go. I'm gonna pull it up.
Over the years, he heard countless stories connecting Diddy to some of the darkest rumors in the entertainment world, from the death of Kim Porter to the shooting of Tupac Shakur, and even whispers about what happened to Jamie Foxx and Justin Bieber. CC claims the FBI has confirmed some of these links.
There have been allegations that Diddy messed up Justin Bieber. He poisoned Jamie Foxx. He got Tupac shot. You know, he's responsible for Tupac's.
He is.
What? Any truth in that?
The FBI confirmed that already.
Yeah.
It is. That's the truth. Dwayne Keith Davis is in a Las Vegas jail right now because Diddy told them, if y'all kill Tupac, I got $1 million for you. Eric Von Zip stole the money. That's a fact. FBI confirmed that.
Jamie Foxx?
Jamie Foxx said out of his mouth, his partner handed him an Advil and he woke up 22 days later. That's what he said. And we was at his Netflix screener. He blamed it on Diddy there. Seen it. Why is Jamie Foxx having naked basketball games at his house with all men? I'm just trying to see what's going on. These things, that's what's taking place. All them dudes is zesty.
Bieber?
The man almost cried in the interview. Now look, I'm gonna show you this. I done seen Bieber several times, and I'll show you. Cause like some of my clients will have me take their nephews and all the kids to these concerts. So this is one group right here. Oh,
disappeared.
There you go. So that's one group right there.
Yeah.
I would be with them. They come from a well-off, wealthy family, you know.
Yeah.
I would take them and I would see Bieber backstage with these people. And I remember Bieber when he was younger.
Yeah.
He was a lot more vibrant. Now, you see the man almost cry in an interview. Diddy said out of his mouth, Justin Bieber is somewhere right now in the house doing things we can't talk about. Nobody questions it because he's a rapper, I guess.
But whether or not that's true, one thing is certain. He believes Hollywood runs on power, silence, and control.
Did not in jail, you know, as someone, an accessory to this murder.
Like I said, you either got the complexion for the protection or you got the compensation for the protection. Sure.
How much power does Diddy have in Hollywood?
Well, I'll tell you this. Whenever you see these people come under this scrutiny and you don't see anybody come out to defend them, that lets you know how much power he has. Because if none of his friends are willing to say, hey, he's a good guy, what does that mean? That means he knows things about me. I'm not saying anything. I don't want my name brought up at all because everybody will be at his parties. Everybody. And like the first part of the party is normal. It's like going down on Woodville. It's normal. But the second part, when they come out collecting the cell phones and one of the security guys sign right here, that's when things start to get crazy because he'll be in a different part of the building after a while. And I almost just said something. I don't want to put him out there. But it's a lot of stars who you wouldn't suspect sitting on his lap, I'll tell you that much. Facts.
If all of this is true, the rot in Hollywood and the danger to vulnerable children is greater than ever. If a father cannot be trusted to treat his own children the right way, is there anyone in his life he won't screw over? It's a dark question to contemplate, folks. Let us know what you think in the comments below.